Hello everyone, my name is Bottletophornet, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. We're on our way out to the 1.17 area that I have set up for gathering all the newer materials that came with the new update, and we're going to have to break that. It's going to go back through the portal, we'll get it later. Because what I want to do is come out here and, deep slate, probably. I must have brought the rest of it back. Where on earth did I put it? What an interesting way to start my episode. By making a mistake. Well, let's just have a look around here anyway. Oh, hi Creeper. Have a look at the landscape and the build that we set up when we were out here a little while back. We will come out here sometime soon. Once I've finished doing a little bit more work on the towers and the island itself, I would like to come out here and do a couple of fun things, maybe set up a few farms for some different items and such. But for now, I guess I was mistaken to come out here. What have we got? A whole bunch of mess, apparently. Okay, we're going to leave all this here and clean it up another day. And I suppose we head back to base. Well, that's one way to start an episode, I suppose. On our way back. I love this ice highway. And I managed to get it lined up perfectly. Oh god, don't rain on me. Okay, it worked. So, let's go see if we can find that deep slate. Because I want to get started on the towers this episode. I want to see if I can get them set up and maybe even come up with a design for the obelisks above. We might not finish the obelisks, I'm not quite sure. But at least for now, getting them started and getting the bases done will really start to put into perspective the way that this is going to look in the end. So, let's see if we can find our deep slate. Where would I have put it? There's some. Okay, alright. Was that really all the deep slate I had? And just that stuff there? Interesting. I really thought I had more. Anyway, so what I've done is, at the end of the last episode, that tower design that I showed you, I went and got my best guess at the materials that I used for it, and I want to set up some shulker boxes, some empty ones actually, to basically have the materials that I need for it all set up in there. Now to start off with, after I've slept, I'll show you. I want to set up the bases for the towers around the outside more than these ones that are obviously happening in the middle here. I want to set up the main 8 towers around the outside, and that central tower is going to be a slightly different design on the base than the ones over here. So I want to gather the materials that I need to design and change these 8 exterior towers and get the bottom of those set up nicely. And then once we've got that done, I can come into the middle and work on that. I'm going to come up with something else, I think, for the stuff coming out of the ocean, which is these 4. The one you can see over there and the one you can see right there. And then there'll be something different again for this one that's popping out of the ground just here. And a different thing for the one that's coming out of the center of this island over here. So, let me quickly go back in here and I'll see if I can show you guys what it takes to make one tower. Ouch, that would hurt so much. Alright, so first things first, we need it must be down at the mine that I built before. Oh, of course it is, Well, I kind of want to leave that there, so we'll make another one, I think. Deep slate. Excuse you. Of course, I had some down here to do some work. Wonderful. Well, that's good to know. I have a little bit more than I originally thought. Let's make ourselves another one of those stone cutters. And, Enderman. And from there, we will set up this first shulker box. Okay, so the first things that I need are to probably grab some more of this cobblestone. Cobbled deep slate, I should say. And start to set myself up with some different bits and pieces. So the first thing I need is a full stack of deep slate bricks. From there, I need 16 deep slate brick stairs. I need 40 of the polished deep slate, like so. I need 40 of these stairs, so we'll put that next to that. And then I need some blackstone. Wonderful, I have that prepared already. I need 32 blackstone brick stairs. Polished blackstone brick stairs. So they're my stairs that I need for the setup. They're my blocks that I need for the setup. I think I need somewhere around the half a stack worth of the deep slate bricks in the slab version. So let's do that. 32 of these polished deep slate walls, and then just a very basic 1, 2, 3, 4 of the deep slate brick walls. From here, that's the main blocks that I need. And this is where the efforts of the last episode come into handy. So for each one of the tower bases, I need 16 diamond blocks. So we're going to start that off by going there. I need some end rods, which hopefully in here, yes. So I need 8 end rods and 4. I don't know if I've ever crafted these, but 4 soul torches? How do you make them? Maybe it's soul sand. Okay. I have no idea how to make the soul sand torches. Well, I need 44 pieces of iron bar, but we'll just put 48 in there because that's easy enough. I need 8 pieces of soul soil, 16 of the warp trapdoors, and 12 of the seed lanterns. So now, all I need to do is work out how to make the soul torches, like the blue versions of these, and then that should be it. I think. That should be the equivalent of 1 tower. We're going to have to do that 8 times over, but I just want to make sure that this works for 1, and if it does, then I'll collect the large amount of materials that we need and get to work. So, give me a second to Google how to make those torches, because I don't think I've ever made them in survival. Ah, I see. Simple enough. Hey, wait. I don't have any more coal. I must have used it while I was down here, making up all of those blocks. That's okay. It's an easy fix. Let's just grab. We don't even need a lot of it, honestly. Let's grab this, and with Fortune's favor, this should get us plenty. So it's much the same way that you make a standard torch, but I think you have to make it in here. Yes, there it is. So it's a piece of soul sand on the bottom of a standard torch recipe. Cool. And we really only need 4. 4 is all we needed for that. So this is essentially our recipe for a tower base. So I'm going to clear out this inventory now, and we're going to go over and just pick at random a tower to start on, and we're going to see if we can get a nice tower set up similar, or if, well, I'm hoping exactly the same as the one that I did in that creative world. And honestly, I think the easiest one for us to work on is probably going to be this one over here, just because we have a nice flatter area. We can practice the design and make sure it works. And then for the ones that are half buried and whatnot over in the more steep parts of the mountain, God, I love the way that mountain looks. Oh, that was so much effort. My goodness. Anyway, the ones that are in steeper parts of the mountain, we're going to be able to adjust them once we have a bit better idea of how this all goes together. So, the interesting thing is, I made these out of blackstone thinking that I was going to use that as my base a lot, but in reality, I pretty much removed all the blackstone from the design when I got around to doing it. So, what we're going to do is put all of this stuff in our inventory itself. So we didn't even need to bring the shulker box, honestly, but that's okay. And I'm going to start by taking out about 3 blocks on every single middle part. I went a little bit far there, but that's okay. That's the beauty of having, we'll go 4. Why not? The beauty of having the beacons going at all times. Now, this block here is our topmost block on all of these pillars on the outside. So just like this, we have that. And then we grab some of these, place them, if I can reach it, around the top, some iron bars, and this way we can actually get rid of the 4 soul torches straight away. So if I can see that through there, we'll put these soul torches on top, and that's good to go. Wonderful. The next thing is the most valuable thing, and it's a diamond block under each one of these. And these diamond blocks are what we're going to use to sort of give ourselves the shape that we need. This is how I can orientate myself with the build and work out where I need to put things. So underneath these diamond blocks is 2 more of those on each one. And this is where we can get started. So we'll use some blackstone as our sort of temporary blocks that we need to use, our scaffolding stuff, because I have it designed so that the diamond blocks come down, have a 2 gap in between them, I suppose I should say. So they come down 3 and they're on the diagonal across. So the diamond block will go, if I can select it, yeah, the diamond block will go there. Now the same thing, we come down a 2 gap in between the diamond blocks, use that 3rd one, and then that's the 3rd diamond block there. And in reality, the last block is not going to be visible on that. It might just be. Let's do this around the outside of the whole thing and see whether we want to raise it up just slightly more so that we get the full effect. But we kind of could just save some diamonds, I suppose. Keep some for later, maybe? I don't know. Or we just make the center one a little bit more extravagant if all these outside ones are cheaper than we originally planned. So, we can have that set up there. 1, 2, the 3rd one, like so. I think this one on the outside, I should be able to go 1, 2, and, well, I can just place it right here. So that one works with the same shape. That's good. And then it should be the same on this side. Cool. So we saved 2 diamond blocks doing that because they don't quite reach down into the ground. So that's okay. Kind of good, honestly. And now what I want to do is connect all of those up using these polished deep slate again. So 2 under there, 2 under there. And this is my basis for the positioning of all of these diamonds. It's kind of think of it a bit like a steep pyramid of sorts, where it's all coming down in 4 different corners, but then I wanted it to scoop back in almost like a diamond shape once it goes back down. So that's good there. This is where I start to change up the block palette a bit. So we will remove another layer from there, like so. And from here, I want my deep slate bricks. So these are going to come down 2 again. And I change it up a little bit so that we get some variation in the texture throughout the build. I don't want it all to be blocky like that. I want there to be some interesting spots. Grab the deep slate tile bricks and 1 underneath the diamond, like so. And then I want my, well, in fact, let's do that all the way around. And now I'm putting some bars underneath here. From there, I'm going to go upside down and frame those bars like so. Cool, cool, cool. I'm really hoping this looks good once it's all together underneath my actual beacons. I think it should look cool, but it'll be interesting to see compared to the creative world that I did in, I suppose. All right, good. From there, we fill in the full perimeter because I need something to build off for the, how would I call them? Awnings, I suppose. Come on, it's just a little bit high. The awnings that come off now, because from here, what I want to do is go to there like that, and then return them back in. Wonderful. So that the top of them is that half piece. It's hard to tell a little bit because of the way the colors blend together, but if I jump up here, that's now rotated in as a corner stair. I'll use 2 more of these blocks, and now we have an awning. I hope this makes sense. I'm sort of trying to run you through the way that I designed it and reverse engineering it so you guys can see the full design in progress and then how it ties together in the end. I'm only going to show and explain kind of one side and then do the whole lot and then explain another side, blah, blah, blah. Try not to just bore you and show you all of the process in one go. But hopefully this does make some sense. We put 2 under here, like so. And then this actually wants to open up completely into the back, I believe. So I'm just going to clear that out. Oh, we might need to go sleep. We'll quickly see if I can get this done. From here, what I need is the soul soil, which goes just there, I think. And we change up to the different type of stairs to go upside down. Okay. So put those there like that. And I gotta go sleep. So, one thing that I didn't prepare in my little box of goodies, but it should be in my spare tools. It's not. Why do I not have a flint of steel in my spare tools? Damn it! Okay. Alright. We light those up, grab ourselves some of these, and put some bars in front of them. That's good. That's good. Underneath here, we have that coming down all the way, like so. Do that on this side as well. I'm just trying my best to adjust it so that I keep a lot of the details, but I feel like we are losing parts of what I originally designed. It's okay though. It'll be okay. Slight adjustments. I just realized that these ones on the outside are very slightly different in that they have a different setup like this. Let me get something similar to that done the whole way around. Okay. All I need to do now is just put these half slabs on top of all of these diamond blocks, which they should be done now. And I kind of only really needed to finish up those grills on each side anyway, because this one is pretty much touching the ground. Now, I'm tempted to sort of ground these in a little bit because of the way that that's sitting. So like, for example, say I grabbed something like that, built into the ground a little bit, and maybe we grab some of this and give it a little bit more going for it like that. This gives us a chance to use the stairs like so. A little bit of detail, pop some of this grass back in there, and we'll replace the underside of that. Like so. Maybe? I'm not sure. This is where I need to do a little bit of adjusting to account for the fact that the landscape that I'm working with is going to be different every single time. So I'm hoping that I can get the top section done of each tower in the same style as this. And then it may just be a bit of a custom way of doing things for the underside. So something like that, maybe. I don't mind that. That's pretty cool. Let's go sleep again real quick. And then see how this looks on the way back. Kind of cool. Okay. That's good. That's what I was hoping for. That from a distance, those diamonds really stood out. And the blue really, really stands out against the existing color scheme that I have going on here. It's very natural, and the darker black and stuff of blackstone, plus all the blackstone that I've used down there, tends to blend in a little bit. And then when you turn over here, it is just so bright and so visible from a distance. In fact, let's go up to our observation deck, or future observation deck, of this central obelisk. And yes. I don't know how that shows up for you guys. There we go. I zoom in a little bit. But imagine that with some fancy obelisks sitting up above. God, do I want diamond blocks in the obelisk as well? I don't know. But at least we can have some blue flames in the obelisk. That'll be a huge help to tie all that together. And I want to have that similar level of detail. Definitely think it will do to add some veins going through the ground a little bit of the deep slate, something really grounding it into the landscape of these mountains. So like really gripping on as though it's grown tendrils out, I think. So let's maybe try something a little bit like that. I'll just use these half slabs to get a general idea of it from up top, and then we can see how it feels. So if I just go like, say, this to get an idea of how it will look coming out from there. And maybe come up like this and like this a little bit and snaking its way up the back of here as well. All right, one more. Let's go up onto that central obelisk again and see whether that sort of idea works well or looks good, because it maybe looks a little bit too separated, whereas something like that, especially if it was even thicker than just single lines, might be worth it. We could do it out of just the plain cobbled deep slate or even normal deep slate itself. Yeah, I kind of like the look of that. I kind of, not necessarily with that that pattern or these blocks. I think maybe the deep slate itself. Let's go grab some of that. Look at, hold on. Enderman. I think the first thing that I might have to do that is not vanilla after making all of this is getting that data pack that stops the Enderman from being able to pick up blocks, because this is just ridiculous. The griefing that they are causing on my mountains is too much. It's too much. Come on, guys. All this hard work, and look what you're doing. You're just tearing it to pieces. Okay. Oh, God, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Right. Oh, God. Forget it. Forget it. So if we just come in here and grab some of that cobbled deep slate. In fact, do we grab some of the normal deep slate? Let's do that, because it has a little bit more of an interesting texture on top. And we'll grab both. Whatever. And what I might do is just... Oh, that's right. You can't make normal deep slate into half slabs. So, cobbled probably is the go then. So let's keep 32 of the cobbled blocks and then the slabs as well. And we'll try and do a little something slightly better looking than that. All right. Let's have a look-see. Okay. We're getting there. I got the right sort of idea. I think I need to spiderweb off a little bit more off these main tendrils. And I don't know. I think this is kind of cool. I'm going to keep experimenting with it and see what I can do. But I think some coming off this direction and maybe splitting or forking here. So say we just do that and we do something like that. Trying to keep it as chaotic looking as I can. So if we pop this across, doing our best to actually place them in the right spot, like so, and then use the half slabs to give it some texture so that it's not all just this one flat looking environment. I want it to be a little bit more interesting looking. So like that, bring this across here. And once again, I need to go make some more. I should have just... I'm just going to bring the stone cutter out with me. Hold on. Let's see if I can fly through here perfectly. Yes, I can. All right, you're coming with me. And I kind of like the idea. Obviously, this is going to get some more terrain on it. It's going to get some more naturalizing. I want to put trees and stuff. So I'm thinking that maybe we build up some sort of stones here a little bit. Let's make some more half slabs, but at the same time, maybe we also make up a handful of the deep slate walls. So if we went around and started to do things like this, making some larger stone looking formations, maybe we can add in a couple of pieces of the normal deep slate. So, for example, like that, just to give it some different texture. Yeah, that's not bad. One here like this. Breaks it up a little bit. And try and maybe build some trees up around each one as well. I do I do want to do a full treeing of these islands. So we might do that in this episode as well, just to give us a little bit more of an idea of what it's going to look like. But as you can see there, I'm starting to get like, I kind of like to think of it as though these have been pushed up from the depths of the earth. And now I know that we're in 1.17 and this world, this part here was actually made in 1.16. So there's not deep slate, But just imagine that when we have the deeper stuff coming in the next update, that's what this is from. All of this is pushed up from the bowels of the earth where there's diamond and power down low. And whatever race made this, whatever technology that this was made from, has been used to lift these things and build them as they come up out of the ground, pulling the deep slate with them. And that's what this veins of it is coming out. So let me do a couple more things, see whether I can get this to look nice. I might even add some trees around it just so that we get a good idea of the shape and everything like that and what it's going to look like from a distance up there. And if that works out well, we'll start to do that on all of the rest of these. So yeah, let's see how we go. And come on, there we go. So added a couple of trees. I've added a little bit more of the deep slate and whatnot. We could definitely add some, say, some tuff or some of the smooth basalt in here to add some more detail if we wanted to. But again, we're just going to do the age-old trick of making things look ever so slightly natural by just spamming some bone meal around, trying to get rid of the flowers because I don't think this is a very flowery area, but a bit of grass to fill in the gaps, just like so. And it does just make it so that it doesn't look too plain, like we've just placed the grass around ourselves. But I want to do a little bit here and just see what it looks like once it's got some detail from a distance. This a little bit, get rid of the flowers again. I mean, 1 or 2 flowers isn't too bad, but only occasionally. Let's do it up higher as well. And if we fly over now, back to our little perch up top, which seems to be a good spot to sort of look at it from, and go like this, that, okay, yeah. I like it. I like how that's starting to look. I don't want the islands to be completely covered in trees, but I do like the idea of there being groves of it. So there might be a large section on the flat here that isn't necessarily covered, but we might have a good amount of trees there and spread out around all of this. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm pretty happy with the way that's turning out. I think it looks good with the veins of the deep slate going through the landscape a little bit. We could definitely add a little bit of variation to the texture. I do think the smooth basalt might look okay, but oh yeah, I like that. Hold on, let me actually look at that. I love that. So if I can replicate that idea with a little bit of landscape coming up from those deep slate veins, the tower in the middle with the beam coming out, imagine an obelisk shaped and sitting above that, and then trees and grass everywhere. Yep, I like it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop into the start of the time lapse and I'm going to actually go around and greenify the entire archipelago. I want to go around to all these mountains. I have so many bones, so much bone meal. So I should be able to basically empty my inventory and just go around spamming down trees and such. I might need to get a lot more of the spruce saplings, but I do have a couple in this here. So I've got this set up, but that's possibly not enough. Might need to maybe even get a Fortune 3 hoe and get some leaves and see if I can get some more. But if I can do all of that around all of these islands, then we can come back through and finish all of the bases. So rather than doing the time-lapse of me building the bases themselves, I think the time-lapse for this episode is more going to be just the fun, visually appealing look of me... What was that noise? Me going burr around the outside, placing down a bunch of trees, and them all just going... popping up all over the place. So I hope you guys enjoyed this time lapse. It's just going to be a shorter one of me placing down the trees and greenifying the whole area, adding the grass and such just to make it feel a little bit more natural. I might also do some research before I come back from the time lapse and see if I can get it so that I have that plugin, the data pack that stops the Enderman from being able to take blocks because I hate it. I hate what they're doing to my landscape. And yeah, we'll pop back in and see what it looks like. Probably with... Alright, the time lapse is going to be trees. And we'll come back and I will have all of these done. I know I've rambled a lot this episode so far. I know I've explained a lot of this stuff and talked through my process of designing this. So let's get some work done. Enjoy the time lapse. Trees! And welcome back, everyone. So, after that time lapse, I've actually spent a little bit over 24 hours of work on the archipelago that I did off camera. Because what I've done is, one, I've done all of those around the outside, but I kind of just bit the bullet and connected, well, all of the mountains down here in the water to the bottom of the ocean. So if I go for a quick fly around, in fact, let's go up top here and have a look at the whole thing, because this is what this spot is designed for. We can see that all of these mountains have now been connected down to the ocean floor, and it is a little bit unfinished because obviously I do want to blend them a little bit with some sand and whatnot and make it look a little bit more natural. Right now I did it all out of stone, but every single mountain is now fully connected, and we have these things dotted around our landscape. All these different spots with the beacons now have, well, you can't see that one, but now have those beacon bases set up in different ways. And I'm actually going to let it go to nighttime because these things glowing in the dark, oh, I love it so much. You're sort of starting to see it now, but we will wait until the sun fully goes down, because look at that. Look at it just glowing on the mountainside. Oh, I love it so much. Oh my God. It really does stand out beautifully in the dark, and the blue is so visible. Even from a distance, you can just see that glow of blue with the lights. Oh, man. So good. Look at that. And I do have it in all spots. So I've got one over here inside the center of the mountain, the crater that we have. So that's all set up as well to do some stuff in here. And all of these mountains now have trees on them connected to the floor of the ocean. I even did some adjustment to the walls and stuff just to make it look a little bit more natural, because that was very, very square looking. So I've smoothed all of that out. And yeah, bits like over here on the this part of the mountain, I've added some little pieces where the it looks like the landscape is a little bit more robust, a little bit more fleshed out, touching down to the water itself. Like that there and a little bit there, just so it wasn't too uniform in shape and size. But, oh my god, I'm so happy with this. I'm so happy with how it's looking. And what I will quickly do is go to sleep, and we'll have a look at the center tower, which I did very differently. And we'll actually just walk up there, because you can see it already. Like I was saying earlier, how since we are saving some diamonds on all the ones over here that aren't fully within, fully within the, or without? Outside of the mountains, we are saving some diamonds where they're buried. So I ended up making this into a much larger base. Now, I'm not fully finished because I do want to connect up these roads and stuff and make it all a little bit more built into the island itself. But I made this one like a larger, more impressive version, more fires and whatnot. Tried to keep to a similar design, but instead of scooping back in at the bottom, I continued to flare out to make it look like it's a slightly larger one to support the bigger obelisk that's in the center. So yeah, oh my god. Let's go up to probably this mountaintop over here. I love it with the trees on it so much. So have a look at this. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to take that off. Have a look. We have beacon bases all around, even though you can't actually see the beams, which is a slight shame, but that's okay. And over time, I'm going to, well, probably not in this episode, but in between episodes, I'm going to do that striations of cobblestone or the cobble deep slate and different bits and pieces throughout the ground to make them all look buried inside of it. But man, it's coming together. God, it's so cool. The fact that all of this is now connected down to the ocean is amazing. And one thing that I do want to do, and I've decided this as I was working around all of the, what do you call it? The coral reefs. Why does that word always escape me? So down there, we do have coral reef in the middle. I want to go underneath all of these mountains where I've covered over the coral reef, and I want to excavate it all. And if we have to, we do have some extra over there that we could grab. And I want to fill all of the internal parts of this island, all of that stuff through there, all of these waterways with coral, and light it up so that in the nighttime, we just have a rainbow of color and lights showing through the bottom of the ocean floor. And I just think, oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm so happy with how this is turning out. We just do need to do a little bit of work to get the veins of the deep slate coming out of each one of these. That's going to tie it all in even better. It's going to look really cool. Yeah. Oh man. Oh man. This is really turning into something else. Oh boy. So cool. So cool. I do want to go through and grab some more saplings because I used every last one of them pretty much. And I do want to thicken up some areas of the tree lines. I do want to put some oak trees inside of that bit just there on the mountain because I have started to spread the oak trees in between. I do like when the larger ones, like what I'm standing on, pop up every now and again and just add something a little bit different to it all. So like that one there on the edge, it just varies it up, and I'll probably end up doing some custom trees down the line as well. But yeah, oh my God. The fact that from so many different angles, look at this place. How have I made all of this? Well, I'm exhausted. I have put a lot more effort into this episode than I intended to, with putting down all of the bases of the mountains down to the ocean floor. That was so much work. But now I can rest, and a lot of the newer episodes are going to be a lot easier to do, a lot less grind work, and a lot more just fun building and adding to this place. So I'm going to end the episode here and say thank you very much to my Patreon supporters, especially my level 3 supporters, Tom, Master Shifu, and Ness. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a like for me. I'm really trying to expand my growth and and see what can come of this whole YouTube and Twitch journey. And subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you guys are enjoying the series, and I'm really looking forward to finishing up this place and really seeing how amazing it's going to look by the end. So, until the next episode, I hope you guys take care of yourselves, and I hope you're having a good day, week, night, all of that jazz. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Oh, I didn't do the whoop at the right time. Whoop!